of Crafting Live with Simone and Benita. I hope you can hear us okay. So I'm just going to wait for people to come into the chat now and for them to find that we are live, because that generally takes people a minute or two. It's great when I have it so that it's scheduled, because it brings it up on my channel. But because I've gone just live in order to finish what we're making, it's kind of hard for people to find that. So I hope everyone, there we are. Yes, we are live.
That's good.
Yes, we're back. Hello, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back and we're going to keep crafting. We had a little bit of a blink there. There's Pippa. Hey, Pippa, welcome back. We had a little bit of a blip there because, I don't know how you can stop your phone from calling, when you're
Airplane
using
mode, I
your
guess.
phone.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
it airplane mode or something? But yeah, I forgot.
Oh, right. I didn't know you do that? Put it on airplane mode and that way it's still...
Yeah, I think Sam does that.
Oh, okay.
But
you still have your internet. You just don't get any calls or
texts. I think so. We need to try that some days more.
Yeah, we might do that and see how it goes.
Yeah. We still
we'll try that for
learning
the next one, Benita, on your channel. I hope nobody rings me now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't hear any echo now, ladies?
I don't hear any echo, and Kay says it sounds perfect. And if Kay says it sounds perfect, then I'm going with Kay.
Yeah, that's good. But
yeah,
I'm sorry, but
there as well.
I had the sound low on my phone too, so I'm having trouble to hear you, Simone. But I hope I answered you correctly.
I can hear you fine anyway. And Carmel said, don't put it on airplane mode because that will stop your internet.
Oh.
Yeah, so I kind of thought that as well, but I wasn't sure. We'll have to ask Sam, does she put hers on airplane mode when she does the live?
Yeah, I thought we
might have a little play around, Benita, maybe. Yeah. And see if that works for us. We'll do it in private or in unlisted, and that way we can have a play with that and see how it works.
Yeah, that would be good anyway to see if there is a way.
Yeah. Okay, so I have my 2 panels glued in, and they're ready and waiting to go.
This will be an exciting live because I don't see your card yet, so...
Yes, for all those who don't know, our lovely Benita is in a wheelchair, and I have great fun making fun of Benita in her wheelchair. And it's all done in love and friendship and everything. We both have the same kind of humor, and it's lovely because it works really well for us. So the reason I mention this is because Benita's phone is up there, she struggles with seeing. See, if I want to look up there, I can just stand up and look down into my phone, whereas poor Benita doesn't have that. So she does struggle a little bit. Don't you, Benita?
Yeah, boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo, you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
That is our long-running joke, isn't it, Benita?
Yeah. Oh, it's fun to joke about serious stuff because it is like it is. So
yeah, indeed, it isn't a bad thing. We all have our things. So Benita and I don't hold back my jokes at Benita's expense. whether
Good.
she's in a wheelchair or not. And you know what? It's like Benita said to me that you enjoy the fact that I do that in a,
Yeah.
you know, in a loving and caring kind of way,
Yeah.
because, you know, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be something.
I have come across some people that are so afraid of saying the wrong thing, and I'm just a person who happens to be in a wheelchair, and I love jokes. So
Mm, yeah. So we
yeah,
don't
don't be
hold back,
afraid.
do we? No, we don't hold back, do we, Benita?
No.
No. You call me out when I have my blonde moments and everything, don't you?
Yeah, and they are coming frequently.
That's why I'm called blonde cards and graphs, because I have them regularly.
We both have perfect names on our channels.
We really do. We really do.
Oh,
So I'm adding my card bases now to my large panel. I'm just
ooh,
lining them up, and that seems to be fine. My panel looks a little bit big, so I can always trim that down. I'm going to pull that down. It is a little bit bigger because I trimmed my card bases down and I forgot to actually trim my panel down. That's all
oh,
right. It's handmade.
yeah.
And I have got a guillotine there that you could take a hand off with. So I can easily bring this to my guillotine. Now, I should have actually set this down on it, checked that my paper panel for the back was the right size before I started. But look, we're live crafting here. If we were
Yeah.
doing it in a video, we would edit that out. So, you know, we won't sweat the small stuff. I'm certainly not. And
No.
there is my big panel. I'll put it that way so you can see it. So once that all dries, the
No, I
card
can't
needs it
see it, Simone.
open. Yeah, but I think the peeps on there can. I'm actually going to
I,
zoom out a little bit. Oh, not to. Oh. Do you know this? It's so touch sensitive. Sorry, people, for the zooming in and out on you. There, I think I have it right there now. So now you can see how it look. I just need to add this panel into the center here. And I think that will look savage. Yeah.
I'm sure it does, Simone.
And I was just looking, oh my gosh, I hope the pink here on this end is not up at the top. But luckily it worked out well. Okay, so I'm going to add the center panel in, and then I'm going to start looking at the images I have to embellish this. I wanted to get this part done so the collal can be drying, because as the collal dries, it gets lovely and hard and it becomes very solid. So it gives great stability. So I can focus then on what I'm adding to it. I'm hoping I'll be able to go on to the videos on YouTube and maybe blend them together rather than having a part one and part two. We'll see if it can be done so the two can be put together. I might have to take them off, you know, and edit them myself to put them back on, but
Yeah.
we'll have to have a look and see what can be done. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure that my pattern paper panel is centered in there, and I have it in this orientation so you can see what I'm doing, because there's no point me having it that way and you're just seeing the middle. So I'll just put it in there like that for now.
Yeah.
Lovely. That's a smashing showstopper, isn't it, Benita? Can you see, or can you
No.
see what we're doing? No?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Thankfully, I can see what I'm doing myself, but But
Oh,
I don't see the screen, but tell me if I'm going off shot and stuff.
no, you look good there. You could move a little bit to your right from what I'm seeing on YouTube. You could move a little to your right. Oh, before I move on to the next part, I have cut 2 panels, and these are 4.5 by 6.5, and I'm going to pop them on the front there. I figured that that border would mimic what's going on inside. So I'm going to pop them down there like so. Let's see. I think if I put them that way, it'll kind of work enough. I'm going to add them on, and then I have that done and ready. And then I'm going to do some coloring, adding my sentiments and adding the images. And I do have the dies to cut out those images. And I have my little scout here beside me as well. So I can always use that
Good
to
reminder
cut
there,
them out.
Simone.
Yeah.
I have the dice for these images too.
Okay. Pippa
So
said that to Benita, I glanced at what you were colouring in pink and got the subject wrong. What do you
what?
mean by that, Pippa? I think she thought those shoes looked like microphones, even though they're not the right colour or anything. Just quickly glancing down, that's what they look like. 2 pink microphones for karaoke night.
Yeah. Ladies' night out.
Unless that's what Pippa means, I don't know. Cara is loving the cards. That's good.
You haven't seen mine yet, Cara.
Yeah. Okay. This is one heck of a gatefold card,
Yeah, I
and it's
think
all
that's
done.
one of the biggest ones I have ever tried.
Yeah, me too. Okay, I'm going to stand that up there so that when it's open, it's in the right position. And it's just off scene there, but that means that I can show you my coloring. So I'm going to do that next. Just bring that over. So I've got my little cottage done already. I'm going to pull out the dies, and I've got the stamp and dies there. I had much fun and joy stamping the images yesterday. I tried with putting all my images, especially with these ones. I put all my images down and stamped them, and I was using the Creative Craft Products die stamping platform. I got a bit distracted there. And I kind of struggled a bit, I have to admit. So if you're struggling with getting a good stamped impression, maybe do them one at a time rather than trying to stamp them all in one go. That might help.
Yeah, I have that experience myself. It's better to
Now,
do just a couple or
yeah. Now, when I put a die down on a piece that I have colored, I'm always like, there's nothing worse than when you die cut out a piece and your border isn't right the whole way round. So, what you can do is die cut out the piece first and then stamp on it and then color it in. But to be honest, what I prefer to do is fussy cut.
yeah.
So the dies are there to die cut out if that's what you like to do. But personally, I would rather fussy cut it. So
Yeah.
use the die because they are a stamp and die set. And do that. But personally, I would rather stamp it and fussy cut it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to die cut it out because I will be disappointed if I die cut it and the die
Yeah,
doesn't do what I want. And at least if I fussy cut it and I don't do a good job, well, then that's on me. So,
exactly.
yeah. Plus, I kind of extended my stamping or the coloring there with the gravel path. So I want to kind of add that in and give it more of a border than what the die would give me.
Yeah.
So now I have my little cottage done. And I'm happy with that now because I've got the extra piece here where I've done my gravel. And with that, what I did was I colored that in my lightest gray. And I'll leave a list down below of all the colors, but I think it was my brown gray that I used there. And it's my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends. So I did the light color all over, and then the medium and dark color, I did little dots, stippling it's called. And I watched Kelly Taylor Evans, I think that's her name. She done a couple of videos recently using that technique, and I really liked it. I also did it on my little tree here as well, and on my little bushes and my
Yeah, I love
flowers.
that.
I did the stippling effect there as well. And for the colouring for my cottage, I took a light brown and did little dash lines like what's in the stamped image, and then coloured over that with my yellow colours. And like I said, I leave a list of the different markers that I've used down below. So I think I'm going to pop that in the centre. Of the panel. I could put it over here, maybe. Well, I'll have to see what the other bits and pieces are that I'm gonna add in there. So I'll put that there. Now, I think I'm gonna fussy cut out what I've done. I'm gonna cut them out. You can see as well with the glass of beer, I've done the stippling on that and on the champagne. And the same on the larger glass here. I've done some stippling. Where are you? In shots, Simone. You can see it there on that one. So I'm going to cut these all out. And for the sake of myself, rather than die cut them, I'm going to fussy cut them out. Because that's what I'm most comfortable with. So,
Yeah.
and the ones I haven't colored, I'm going to put them off to the side because those I can color later and have them. Normally what I would do is I would stamp and color my images, and then I'd scan them onto my printer and put them onto my laptop. And that way then, whenever I want any of the images, I can just print them up and I keep the original with the dies and stamps. And I find that great because I can just color them once and use them lots of times. So if you have a scanner printer at home, that might be something that you would like to do as well, or haven't thought of to do. But that's what I do like to do. I I'm not a great colorist. I know you, Benita, you're quite happy to sit down, stamp a load of images, and color them in each time.
Yeah. Yeah, I love coloring, so it's a little bit cheating for me. But I
I
totally get
totally
that.
get that. It is
Yeah.
cheating,
Yeah.
but
And I want to have different colors and everything from time to time, so that's why.
yeah, I suppose the thing is you can have your basics colored and ready to go. And that way, then, if you want to do a color set that's different, you can always stamp those and color them up as you like, you know? But I
Yeah.
think it's to have, I just like the idea of having them ready to go. Now, I know a lot of people are quite happy to sit down of an evening and watch TV and colour as well. So, I mean, if you like to do that, you know, that's handy as well.
Yeah, we are different people and do different stuff. So
Exactly. Generally, when I scan them and print the whole sheet up, what I'll do then is bring it to my scan and cut, and I'll get it then to uh, cut them out. So,
yeah,
I mean, having the dies sometimes can be a little bit extra, but I do use them, you know. Um, I just do whatever is easiest for me in the moment, that kind of way.
yeah, I get that.
Tez is there watching. Good morning, Tez. What time is it? 11:30. It's 12:30 where Tez is, I think, over in France. So your good afternoon there, Tez. How's the weather? Sun is shining here. Myself and Tez, we've great fun talking about each other's weather. She's
Yeah,
in a
you have
beautiful,
had some lovely weather there, Simone.
very much for the last, I don't know, since April, really, we've had some great weather. I mean, I'm waiting for the rain, and I know when the rain comes, that's going to be it for the next 3 months. But yeah, we've had beautiful where I am up in County Mayo. The weather has been gorgeous. And the joke with Tez was I was afraid to take out my patio table and chairs because I knew the minute I'd do it, it would start raining. But it
Yeah,
didn't. And I only took them out last week. Tez was encouraging me to get them out, so I did. So,
good.
mind you, the forecast for this weekend is rain, rain, rain. But I think the ground needs it, so I won't be mean about it.
Yeah,
And it's a warm, soft rain this time of the year as well, so it's not so bad. What's your weather been like over there in the fabulous Sweden? Are you having good weather, Benita?
yeah. We had a lot of rain, but as you said, the ground and the plants did need that. So and now today it's gray outside, but it's nice temperature. Blech. Yeah, it's nice and hot.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good to know. Well,
Yes.
Tess says that she said that she did so much gardening yesterday, she deserves a day off. So she's having a day off today. And she said, yes, and it's raining. Oh, Tess. Well, at
Oh,
least you got the gardening done before the rain. So,
yeah.
that's something at least. You can sit back and think, well, let it rain as much as it wants. I'm happy with the garden. I have so much weeding and strimming to do in my garden, and I just get so focused on crafting and my crafty friends that I don't get to go out in it. And then hubby comes home in the evening and we're watching Yellowstone at the moment. So there's no, will we go for a walk with the dogs or will we go out and do a bit of gardening? It's like, come on, we'll go and watch another couple of episodes of Yellowstone. Has anyone else watched that? I'm absolutely loving it. It took me a bit to get into it now, I have to say. I was kind of struggling to start enjoying it, but I'm well in it now. We're on season 5, so we're nearing the end of it.
Yeah.
But I have been enjoying it.
Yeah, we started to watch that, but then my husband didn't bother anymore, so I need to get in that series again by myself, I guess. But we are crafting a lot, and there is only so much time.
There's only so much time in the day, isn't there?
Yeah,
But my problem here is if I don't get out and enjoy the weather while the weather is good, we
yeah,
could have the next 3 months of rain and then you won't get into the garden.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the way it is here. You'll have soft days, do you know? And
Yeah.
then once the grass and everything gets wet, it's kind of hard to want to be out in it, you know? But I'm loving this wine glass and the big hand. It's so cool.
Yeah, they look really cool.
Yeah. You did a fabulous stepper card using that die that we've done for our bases, and you made a masculine card with it with lots of different bottles and
Yeah.
glasses and everything. It looked fabulous. It's
Thank
actually
you.
inspired my card today.
Yeah, you told me. So the funny story is that male card, masculine card, I mean, is for my friend who is getting this card, her husband. So that's a good thing. I'm making a different type of it with the same die, but
Oh wow.
so they don't. Oh, we got the same style.
Yeah, but you know what? I think non-crafters don't kind of see that.
No,
They don't see that small stuff like we do.
no, I don't think so. But it's so funny because uh, I didn't think about that when we were talking about what we were going to do today.
I'm sure she will be delighted regardless.
Yeah,
And you know, it's kind of cool that they'll have the same kind of card just done differently. You know, it'll be with the same die. I
yeah,
think that's a really cool thing.
yeah.
Jeanette is in the chat and she's sitting with Sarah. Sarah and I are watching together. Hello,
Oh,
Sarah. Hello, Jeanette. I hope
hi.
you're having a good day and that the weather is good for you wherever you are.
So
What else
now
do we have?
I'm finished with my coloring. So now I'm taking my card base and putting all the layers and stuff on so they
Lovely,
can
yeah.
dry me a bit while I'm fussy cutting.
Yeah, you have a bit more assembled on your card than what I did. I thought it would be handy to show people how I was assembling it.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good.
you know, because you have yours assembled.
Yeah,
So it kind of gives people the idea of both, even though yours is going to be different. You
yeah.
won't have the backing like what I have on mine.
No, I'm going to
But I
have a
love that
belly band.
idea. I love that idea. I think a belly band on that, and it looks
Uh,
so cool.
yeah, and just because it's a feminine card, I think a belly band. It's a feminine version. I think. I don't know
Yeah.
why. But yeah. So now I'm. I need the. Now I know what I forgot to take out. The tape. But I have it here. So am I still in shot?
You are? That's beautiful
Good.
pattern paper, Benita.
What?
It's beautiful pattern paper.
Yeah, but I'm using this side.
Oh, yeah.
But
Mm,
the flowers is with that pattern paper, so it will be matchy matchy.
matchy matchy. Okay, I've left a little bit on the ends of the arms there on both the beer and the wine holder person, just so I can cut that off later when I decide where I want to, you know, where they're going to be, how they're going to be. I can change the angle, you know.
That's a
That's the
good
plan
idea.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. And just because I decided to have mirror card, I need to have the tape on the back.
Yeah, mirror card. I find with mirror card when you use a liquid glue, what can
Yeah.
happen is when the glue dries, it can then pop off
Yeah.
because it's such a shiny surface. It struggles to adhere.
Yeah.
So, and I see a lot of crafters and they use liquid glue with, acetate and with, metallic cardstock. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think they do it on videos just because it's easier.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know,
But
but
I don't think, for someone who's watching who maybe isn't new to crafting
yeah.
or who is new to crafting, they'd be like, oh, well, so and so used liquid
Yeah.
glue on acetate, so I will,
Yeah.
But it does dry and it does pop off after time,
Yeah.
It just depends on what glue you're using. I think anyway. I don't know, I could be wrong. What do you crafters think in the comments? Would you use liquid glue or tape with acetate and metallic cardstock? What's your preference?
Good question.
Mm,
Come on, tape.
okay, let's have a look.
So
Tez is watching Chicago Med. Haven't seen that now, but my daughter was watching that last time I was over visiting. Cara from Little Rabbit Designs, she likes Chicago Med too.
oh, I
Actually,
love that.
while I'm talking about Little Rabbit Designs, Cara, um, Cara has a YouTube channel. She has just reached 60 subscribers. Well done, Cara. Cara was live on my channel
Yeah.
last week. We had a push to get her up from 15 subscribers to 50 so that she could do lives on her YouTube channel. And she has achieved that. And if I'm right, Cara, you're going live tomorrow on YouTube at 10 a.m. That's English Irish time.
We are watching.
Yeah, we're going to watch together. We're going to watch Cara's live. No pressure, Cara. But
We will support
definitely
you.
support Cara if you are out there. And Cara makes lovely, lovely cards. And, she's got her set up now really good for YouTube. So I hope if you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, folks, at 10 a.m., pop over to Little Rabbit Designs, to Cara's YouTube channel, and maybe have a watch and see what she's making. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, if you're new here, you were brought here by Up Next, or Cara's or Benita's channel, do click the subscribe button down below. And there's a thumbs up button down there as well. If you could give this video a thumbs up, that would be brilliant because it helps the YouTube analytic to push out my channel. So do give an owl click on that thumbs up button down below. You're welcome, Cara. Pippa says, well done, Cara. She subscribed.
Good.
And Kay is going to watch your YouTube live, Cara, tomorrow morning. Pippa's going to watch later in the day. She'll be working in the morning.
Yeah.
And we
I'm
have
happy for you,
Ishani.
Cara.
Hello. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Ishani. Beautiful name. We are making showstopper cards with some stamps and dies from our stash. This is my showstopper card. It's going to be a 10 by 7 card base, and I'm putting it this way so you can fully see how it looks. So this is how my base is going to be, how it'll open and stand. And I'm using the Made to Surprise Village Pub stamp and die set, as well as the Garden Party sentiments. It's the latest collection from Made to Surprise. That's what both Benita and I are using. We're using made to surprise products. I'm doing a
Yeah.
little fussy cutting before I start assembling all my bits together. There are dies for these stamps, but I'm a fussy cutter.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy fussy cutting these out. I did my coloring before I came live just because it takes me a little bit longer than some to color. So Benita and I were crafting with some other crafty friends yesterday and yesterday morning. So while I was with those ladies, I did some coloring. And this is the coloring that I did.
Yeah.
So welcome to the channel, Ishani. If this is your first time to my channel, I'm crafting with my friend Benita. Her channel is called Under a Pile of Papers. And she'll be going live tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. BST, which is 8 p.m. for those in Europe.
Yeah. Thank you, Simone, for shouting out.
Yeah, just to remind everyone.
Yeah. And I'm doing different techniques tomorrow
Cool.
and
Do you
making a
know?
card with one of the techniques, and the viewers is going to help me decide which technique I'm doing a card with.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm really much into techniques right now and watching a lot of YouTubers, and it's nice to see new techniques that not are new but new to me.
Yeah, I like watching new techniques too. It's
Yeah.
very cool. And like you said, a lot of the techniques, they're not new, but for some of us who haven't seen them before, it's nice when people um, kind of revise
Yeah.
those cool techniques and share them, you know?
Yeah. So that will be cool.
I've decided I'm going to add the Crafter's Arms pub sign to
Ooh.
my card. Well, I probably will, so I'm going to color it in quickly before I
I
start
was
assembling everything.
I was scared that there for a bit. I thought I had die cut out this upside down, but no. Ah, no, it's perfect. That's good. So that's down. Now I can put these down.
Okay, so I'm going to use my Tri-Blend Spectrum Noir markers to color in the frame. And I'm using the light. I have stamped my images using the VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink, but I do allow the ink to dry really well before I color over it. And I don't find any smudging once the ink has dried properly. You can,
That's a good idea, Simone, because I just bought that ink myself to try it out, and yeah, and I usually use my alcohol markers, so I need to let it dry, I guess.
yeah, I would recommend letting it dry fully.
Yeah.
Um, Otherwise, you will get a little bit of bleeding
Yeah.
of the black, but once it's dry, I don't find it bleeds at all for me, and I'm
Oh, that's
using the
good.
Spectrum markers.
Yeah.
You can use some embossing powder and emboss the black, and that way you won't have it, but some
Yeah.
people will tell you that embossing and using alcohol markers isn't very good because it eats the tip of
Yeah.
the marker,
I
apparently.
heard that
So
myself.
I don't know about that myself, but that's what I've heard. So,
So
but this
you
is
see
what
here,
works for me.
I have die cut out all of the bits and pieces.
Mhm.
So I'm making it hard for myself. So because now I need to have the red liner tape on these bits too.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just doing some shading. It's very basic shading. Like I said, if you want to see coloring done well, then don't come to my channel. I
Oh,
have a little
don't
bit
sell
now that's
yourself
gone
short.
outside the lines. So I like to take my blending marker and I push the color back in. Don't color on top of it. Push the ink back to where you want it. That's a tip I saw with Christina Werner. And she said when you're doing that, move the ink back, the color back in the direction you want it to go rather than just going over it. And that tip works for me brilliantly because I had two spots there where the ink went out and now it's gone back in perfectly. So
That's
that
a
works
great
a
tip.
treat. So now I need to do my darks down here. And then I'll go back to my mid color. You all right, Benita?
Yeah. I'm just a little stressed because I can hear the cat sitting outside the door and
Mhm. Calling to get in. Mom, we love you.
yeah.
Let us in.
But it's nice to sit here and relax and making a great card. Chatting with friends.
Okay, I'm going to take my lightest on my brown gray blend. So the brown gray would be considered a warm gray color. And then you have an ice gray, which will be a cool blend color. Actually, I
Yeah.
might use the ice gray. I'll go for the cooler blend inside. So I just like to go around the edge with my light marker. And I like to kind of round over the corners. And then I'll take my mid-tone and I'll do that a little bit tighter. Because I want my sign to be white, but I want it to look as if it has shading on it. Because white, if you look at white, it has kind of gray shades to it.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back over that again with my lighter color. And then I'll take my blender and I'll just blend in around the corners there. And don't forget when you do this, it might look dark at first, but as it dries, you can see on this one, I've done the gray colors and the brown grays, and they kind of blend back a bit compared to how they look. Now,
Yeah.
this can have a sign, this can have something stamped on it.
Yeah, that's a cool stamp, I think.
Yeah. I wonder, have I any stamp small enough to go onto the sign? Because I've got lots of stamps. I'm going to have a quick look and see.
I think
if
you have the
I-
numbers and the alphabet from Sam's Viper book. Did you get that?
Say that again, Benita.
Sam's Viper book. You know, the pop-up book. It was small letters and numbers in that one.
Actually, that's an idea. I might leave this blank, and that way then I can put the person's name and the date or something on that. I can handwrite that in. That's a brilliant idea, and it'll personalize it as well.
Yeah.
So I think I might start adding, I think I might set where I want everything to go on here.
I almost done with half of the card with the mats and layers.
Very good. I have some little pegs here. I think I'll use them just to hold it in place so I can get an idea of, do I want those two one together? This is the fun part, deciding where everything is going to go.
Yeah. Oh, you can spend so much time with deciding.
Yeah. Okay, I might have the cheers there and the cheers there, and I can cut the angle on those. I might put this little sign here, and then I've got the little, I can put a cluster of those with that.
And there. And a little one.
And then we have the others. Hopefully you can see. I kind of feel like I want to put it that way so everyone can see.
Yeah. It will be a different angle for when we are putting it together, but the viewers will see it better, I guess.
Yeah. I think I shall go ahead and assemble it that way.
I will change my orientation of the card when I have the mats and layers on. When it's time for me to decorate.
I think I might cluster those together there. Maybe. Yeah, I think I want to do stamp a sentiment and put it. Oh, I've got my. I nearly forgot. Why didn't anyone remind me? Sure, don't I have a load of the sentiments? What did I do with those? With the.
They are in a
very,
safe place.
very professional job here. Should I just show everyone the sentiments that I had? Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. Look, I knew I was missing something. I was thinking to myself, this doesn't look right. So we've got our celebrate today. We could go with celebrate today. We've got cheers, enjoy. We've got, I think I might go with the celebrate.
Good idea.
Celebrate. And
oh, yeah.
I might do, oops, sorry guys. I keep forgetting my phone is right there. Cheers. Now, do I want to put too much in there? Do we just go with the celebrate? I suppose I could put the cheers on this side and the enjoy on that side, because let me put it this way so you can, are you all in shot there? Just, what do you think of that, guys? Something like that. Cheers, celebrate, enjoy. I like that. Let's see what's in the comments. Put some trees behind the cottage. Great
Ooh.
idea. I'll have to color those in. I use mine. Oh, that's Kay's talking about diversifying Claire. She leaves hers to dry overnight and then she doesn't have bleeding issues. Yeah, same here,
Oh,
Kay.
that's good. I can't wait to try it.
Okay, I really like that. I think I'll go with that, and I'll take out the yay and the today. So I think I'll go with the cheers over here. And then I can take some of my little ones here and put them around, cluster around it. And the same with the enjoy. Yeah, I think I shall go with that. So the first thing I want to do is cut my angle for my glass of beer. Let's see how that angle is.
I had a blonde moment here.
I
I was almost scared. Where have I done with the pieces? But I have already glued 2 down. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so whenever you're adding anything like this up against, you don't want to bring it right up against the crease or the fold because it'll just rub off it. You need to kind of pull it out a little. And I'm going to put this glass of beer here, but I'll need to make sure it's down as well so it's not coming out over the top of the card. So I'm going to add that there. I'm going to add some quick grab glue to that, and I'm using my Barely Art glue. So it needs to be above there. So I'll add a little bit of glue onto this. And if I get time, I might do a couple of trees for the background.
Yeah, that's a good idea, I think.
Lovely. Add my barrel down here and my crafty arms over that first. This is when I go very quiet. When I'm doing assembly like this. What about yourself, Benita?
Yeah, you are so right. It's you concentrating so hard.
Yeah, I find that too. I forget. And the same when I'm coloring.
Yeah.
I kind of
So
forget. You know, when you're crafting with someone, you kind of forget to be, sociable.
yeah, it's easily done that too.
Yeah. Now, this
But
one is
good friends can be quiet together and still having fun.
exactly.
Oops.
Okay, I'm going to pop that one on there. I think if I was to do that this way, then it'd be like they're throwing the wine on the recipient. So I think that is about as close as I'm going to get it. Like that. Yeah. So put that. I'm on screen. That's the worst of this orientation, is keeping everything on screen, isn't it?
I hope you scream at me if I go off screen.
So busy trying to be on screen myself. Kim likes it. Kim thinks that's good, Simone. Thanks, Kim. Thumbs up for you, Kim. Tez says you could put a hand with a drink coming up from behind each word just to help ground it. Yeah, that's a great idea, Tez. They're glued down now.
Say like Sam usually do. You can do it.
You do you. No, but I was asking for some advice, so
Yeah.
I think that will look good like that. And I've got my celeberry on foam, and I'll put my cottage on foam as well. And I'll just put it across the middle. So if I want to add trees in, I can tuck them in behind. So there's no bother. But I'm gonna glue this one down like so. I think I'll glue that there. Yeah. Look, it's only paper.
Yeah.
That's all.
But it's not good if you have the last bit of a paper and you mess up.
Oh God, that would give you the sweats, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That's why I was so careful when I die cut out the big pieces yesterday, because this is the last pieces of those paper in that paper pack, so I had to be careful. So that was why I was so nervous when I thought I had done it wrong anyway.
Well, I totally get what you're saying. Been there and done that myself.
Yeah, I think we all have at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah. I'm gonna pop my Celebrate down, and I've got some black foam pads on this so that it when you look down, you won't have white down there.
I hate the backing. Oh,
Yeah, you and me both, sister.
it doesn't come off my fingers.
Yeah. I'm growing out my nails, which are doing really, really well. Consider I'm doing gardening. I can't believe I haven't broke them. This one, I think I've split it right down here. But because
Ouch.
I'm doing the gels myself, I'm using the gels. It's kind of holding it in place. So yeah, picking off the backers when you've got gels on, that can be fun. Now, I think I'm going to have that straight on. I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue on the foams. This will give me a little bit of wiggle room putting them down, because some foam can grip straight away and that's it. Whereas these are the Craft Stash foam pads, so they don't grip quite so quickly, but they do stick down. Now I'm going to try not to get my head in the shot.
I'm
Bonk off
just
the camera.
putting my markers away so I can get more room.
Okay. Lovely.
And now, oh wow, it's a long card. My gosh,
It
I can't
certainly is.
be in shot anyway.
Right. I am going to add my newsstand on here, but I'm going to write in a nice black marker on that once I decide who this card is going to. I do have, my brother is due, his birthday is due soon.
Ooh,
So I may give it to him. I don't know. I'll have to check and see whose birthday is next on the calendar. What masculine birthday. But I think that will be good. There, like so. And I can add the bottle of champagne.
ooh,
I'll keep the beer glasses and the beers. I'll keep them for over there. And I've got Coke and that. So I think I'll do 2 glasses of champagne here and the bottle. So I'll glue that down. I might actually glue 2 together, 2 bottles of champagne. No, because that won't work. We like to keep odd numbers, so
Decisions.
decisions, huh?
And I'm shaping my flowers with a ball tool.
Oh, yes. It makes all the difference doing that with the flowers, doesn't it? It really does elevate them.
Yeah, it does. And I'm going to ink around the edges also, I think. Maybe I changed my mind.
Yeah, see how you feel in the moment.
Yeah. We will see. I just doing it lightly over here because I don't want to rip the paper.
Yeah,
Cardstock is
because they are delicate once they've been die cut out, aren't they?
because the first card I made when we went live together, it was on 300 GSM white cardstock, and I inked the flowers, so it was easier to shape them then without destroying the paper.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going over them a little bit, not overdo it.
I'm going to cluster my beer bottle and my 2 beer glasses. And I'm gonna...
I could do a glass of beer now. It's hot.
Do you know that's something I cannot drink? I cannot drink beer. I get so ill when I drink beer. I have a reaction to it. I only drank it twice. I had it for my 18th birthday. I was never as sick in my life as I was the next day. Now, admittedly, I drink snake bite, which is a beer and I don't know, it's a mix beer and something. I'm sure someone will be able to tell us in the comments, but I had 3 pints of snake bite for my 20th, was my 21st, my 18th, one of those. And I got so violently ill. I got a rash and it started from the top of my head. And as I was stood looking in the mirror, you could see this rash coming down my face and down my neck. And I was sick for about a week. So I didn't drink beer again for about 2 years. And my dad was having a Budweiser and I thought, I'll have a little glass of Budweiser. So I literally had about 4 mouthfuls of the Budweiser. And again, the same thing happened. I wasn't as sick, but I did come up, it was like a heat rash or hives.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I was sick the next day. And I said to my mom and dad, yeah, never going to have that again.
No, you better stay off that.
Yep. So yeah, never drank beer again after that. I'd be too afraid.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. No, I haven't had a beer either for a few years really, so I don't like it, but when you are thirsty and it's hot, I remember it was good.
Yeah.
But cold water is good too, so.
Yeah, I like to drink apple ties or Schlur. Tesco do their version of a sparkling elderflower drink, and it's
Oh,
absolutely divine.
that
Um,
sounds lovely.
yeah, it's really, really lovely.
Mm,
So I'll go for that. My go-to when I would have a drink before would be a Bacardi and Coke.
yeah,
But when you have kids and you go out and you'll have a few drinks, and it'll be Murphy's Law that every time I would have a drink, I'd come back to one of the girls being sick, or
yeah,
when they were small. So I just
yeah,
give up drinking.
yeah.
And to be honest, I don't need to have a drink when I'm out to have the
No,
crack.
exactly.
So yeah, I give it a miss, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like that
So
little cluster.
I have shaped my flowers now, and I'm going to shape the leaves just on the tips, I think, just to shape them a little. And then I'm going to just take the ink pad and go over the edges, I think.
Benita, if you could move what you're doing a little to the right, you're very
My
much
right.
on the left, so you're kind of out of scene.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so move your pad toward, yeah, let me see, hang on. Yeah, move it a little bit more to the left, or to the right, Benita. Right, 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 right. Another bit. Yeah, perfect. And
Oh,
I'm looking at the camera that we're live on rather than
yeah, that's
the
good.
comments, you know?
Oh, I'm sorry that I
No, you're
was.
all right.
But I am crafting in. I'm blind here.
Yeah, you can't see.
Yeah, I
Okay.
need to Google about the sound thingy. I think.
Ted says beer is just wrong. It is.
Yeah.
Kay likes the Guinness. Yeah,
Oh.
a glass of the black stuff.
Oh no. It's
Oh,
too bitter for me. Ugh.
yeah, it's never been a favorite of mine either. To me, it tastes very metallic, you
Yeah.
know? So it hasn't been a favorite of mine. I think I shall pop that down there, and maybe I could stamp and color in a couple of the trees. How are you doing for time there, Benita?
Oh, I'm just doing what I'm doing, and don't bother about the time.
Right. Well, seeing as you're there happily crafting away,
Yeah.
I do like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what I'll do is I am going to do a couple of trees. Yeah,
Do
I'll do a
that.
couple of trees. I have the
Yeah.
time and I have
I
the stamp set.
yeah.
Um,
I like that idea, even
so
though
let
I
me
don't see the
find
card.
them.
There is all shaped, and now for the fun part, putting it all on the card.
Yay.
So I'm trying to have it. Can you see the middle of the card there,
I
Simone?
can. It's beautiful.
Good, thank you. I am going to find an oval to have in the middle with my friend's name, just to break the pattern up a bit, I think.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
And I am going to stamp down using my stamping platform. And this was recommended to me by a crafty friend. Said put some foam, the fun foam,
Yeah.
on the base of your stamping platform to
Yeah.
help with your stamping, you know, to get a better stamped image. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to pull out my Memento ink. Here, Memento ink, where are you?
That is perfect size wise, I think. Yeah. And then I am having that one. So now I'm going to think. Oh, that's hard.
Oh my goodness, where is my Memento ink gone? If I use the VersaFine now, I'm going to be very brave. I'm going to go for it.
Oh, wow.
Find my
Good luck.
Memento. Yeah, yeah. In for a penny, in for a pound. Okay, we'll put a little bit of ink on this. Now I haven't prepped the stamp, so let's see how it stamps up.
Oh, wow. La la la. Let's see. So this one is for the pink. Oops. And now I'm going to play with the scout. The tape backing was on the scout too. Oh my god.
Okay.
You enjoy your scout too, Simone, right?
I do. I love it. It's very good.
Yeah.
The plates, I find that the plates are they they get marked kind of
Yeah.
quickly, but
Yeah, you
I
can see that.
but I won't hold it against it. I am going to scoot another tree in there.
So
Because I'm
there.
gonna fussy cut this out. So
I
I
have
think I
so
should
much
do it.
stuff here now, so I can't find them.
Yeah, that's the trouble I had earlier.
Yeah. So, where are you?
Okay, I've got my trees
Say that
done.
7 times fast.
Yeah, tree trees. I'm going to give that a little minute to dry while I tidy up around my desk.
Oh, tidy up. What's that?
Yeah, well, I sent a load of stuff flying there a minute ago, so
Yeah. I really would like to have that kind of card, but I think I will have. No, you know what? I can have the green behind.
I'm just laughing at Tez. Tez is chilling out, crocheting her cardigan, and
Ooh.
Tez got a 3D printer for Christmas, and she's printing out a book nook of a Hogwarts hall on her 3D printer. Some of
Oh
the stuff
wow.
that Tez has printed up um, on that printer is absolutely fantastic.
That sounds cool.
Right, I'm just tidying up from the fussy cutting bits
I
into
have
the
my
bin.
fuzzy cutting left.
Okay. I'm going to live life dangerously now and color on the VersaFine.
Oh no!
Yep. Okay, so I'm going in with the light first. Now, these are going to be at the back of my hub. So I'm going to do one for behind. Yeah, I'm going to color in two. I think most of the trunk isn't going to be seen of the tree. And I'm definitely not going to color in the grass because I don't think that's going to be seen. I'm going to do this as quick as I can. And you can see there now, this is in real time.
Yeah.
And I use the VersaFine.
You are a little daredevil today, Simone.
I know, but sure, I can't find the memento.
Oh, the
It's
borrowers
there.
again.
It's probably there in front of my face, but you know yourself when you're looking for something.
Yeah, I'm just going to change the card around so I can see so it's straight.
I think I need to go and get my eyes tested. Because I kind of would like to zoom in on these. So do excuse me if my head ends up in a shot.
I don't know. I think that's the way. And now I don't know why I take the collal when I have my glue press. It will be much easier with the little parts.
And Carmen is shouting at me, use the heat gun on the...
Oops.
Carmen, why would I do that when I can just live dangerously and not do that? Huh? And you can see here yourself, it's not smearing. I mean, I'm not being heavy-handed now with the brown color either, to be honest. You know?
Yeah.
I'll do a little bit of dark. There.
Oops. Oops. That collal. Oh.
Yeah, you really need to have a fine nozzle on that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the medium.
A little wonky is straight. So
Yeah, it shows it's handmade, Benita.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back in with the light.
Ouch. No, I don't know where to start with the flowers.
I'm going to take my blue and just color in here because this isn't going to get die cut or fussy cut out. So just to kind of, rather than having it a stark white, you know,
Yeah.
I'm going to color that in. And I'm just using the light and the medium colors for that. Because I think once that's on there, then kind of picks up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just playing around a little.
Ted said, I bet I finish my book nook before, before Sam does. Sam has been so busy up the walls. So
Yeah.
she has at the moment. Yeah, I did enjoy watching her with that book nook.
Yeah.
It's actually inspired me. I think I'm going to pick up one for my sister.
So it inspired you to buy one for your sister.
Yeah, my sister is a bit of a booky person, a bit like myself, and I
Yeah,
think she'd enjoy one of those.
yeah, that's good.
So I have one got, and it's away in the press for Christmas.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know Christmas, but
you
sure,
are
look.
early.
Yeah, well, a couple of these things had been reduced after Christmas.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of that.
So I think I will put these down now.
Are you happy with the placement there? You are.
Yeah, and then I will add some of these beautiful bling in the middle of some of them. And then for the side parts, I'm going to have big flowers with greenery because it looked a little strange on this middle part.
Oh,
So, do any of you in the chat have this glue press, and what do you think? I love mine.
I did look at getting one myself, Benita,
Yeah. Oh,
but I'm in Ireland and I would have to buy it from Europe. And there is Cloud9, is a website. It's Netherlands, but I've purchased stuff from them before. There are others. But between shipping costs, if you don't, a lot of them is, spend over €100 and you get free shipping, and over 75, or do you know what I
yeah,
mean? It would have
yeah.
worked out. I'd be paying €18 for shipping for it. And it
Oh,
was costing me 40 odd euros to buy it. So it was
wow.
coming out at nearly €60 for
That's a
me.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just thought that's too much, really.
Yeah.
If I had issues maybe with, you know,
Yeah.
squeezing the glue and stuff, maybe I
Yeah.
might have.
That's the way I have. So I'm much better in my hands since I used this. But I was thinking maybe you could order it to the Netherlands. You have family there.
Yeah, but regardless, it's
So
still
it
going to cost money to ship it,
yeah,
you
but
know?
you have to wait, Simone, until you are visiting.
No,
No. No,
just
I know
no.
you. No patience there.
If I buy it, I want to use it.
Yeah, but I thought it was a great idea if you had patience.
No, I've none whatsoever.
No, I know. I just forgot.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use my light green color for the trees, and that's the dark. I'm going to color it all in the green, in the light, and then I'm going to stipple the leaves, and I'm going to try and stay inside the lines.
Yeah, that can be hard.
Yeah, and I'm slow as well. So trying to get inside the lines when you're slow.
When you're
When you're fast. Oh my God, I'm concentrating too hard. Okay.
oh,
I never even thought of the trees yesterday when I was prepping. I really
oh,
should have. Yeah, I should have thought of it. If I'd have thought of it yesterday, I'd have it
yeah,
done. But look, at least I don't know. Some people might be interested in seeing the colouring.
Oh.
I'm colouring this on smooth white cardstock. It's 300 GSM, which is the equivalent of £120 in the US. This is, I think it's Craft Stash, white smooth.
Yeah, that's the best thing I have came across really for inking
Yeah.
and stamping.
There is the Craft UK as well.
Yeah.
And that's what I would have used before I was using the Craft Stash one. Now, I know I could have just coloured these in like you would standard colouring, but I think the stippling will look well.
Yeah.
It's something different. So I'm just putting down little dots in the dark colour. And then I'll put some little dots down in the medium. And you could do little red dots and it would look like apples in the tree as well.
Ooh,
Now,
that
if you
sounds
want to
nice.
see this done properly, go to Kelly Taylor Evans cards or look at some other colorists. Don't be looking at mine for
Oh, you are doing fine.
it's just to give people an idea. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I've done stippling in this is my wisteria. That's why there's bits of yellow in it. They're the yellow flowers in a wisteria tree. So,
Oh,
yeah. And because I've done the stippling there, I think it would look better to have the stippling done on this one as well. Do you know?
yeah.
Wow. Doesn't that look like lots of different dappled leaves there? What do you think, folks? Or is it just me? I'll bring it up a little bit closer so you can have a better look. What do you think? How does that look?
It looks fab, Simone. I was just hovering over here.
Okay, I'm going to color the other two and I'm going to do them basically the same.
I'm not sure about my card now, but hey ho, it's all glued down now.
Thanks, Carmen. I keep going to say Carmel. Thank you, Carmen, for asking people to hit the like button. That
Oh
would be
yeah.
much appreciated. Um, yeah, Ted says there are so many to choose from. She spent hours looking at them all, and she's been trying to get one for ages. I presume that's the glue
Yeah.
press that we're on about.
Yeah.
Um,
Thankfully,
Pippa says
I
she
found a
has
place.
one, and she finds it stiff to use.
Oh. Oh, I don't have that problem really.
Yeah, I wonder is that because your glue is a little bit thick? Do you know if the glue was a bit runnier, do you think it would press easier, or is it just
Yeah.
the mechanism itself? And if you have a problem with the glue press and you're finding it stiff, then definitely contact the company,
Yeah, you
what is
should.
it, My Sweet Petunia, and tell them that you've got one and it's very stiff because it could be a manufacturing problem of the product. Tez asked Benita, where did you get yours from?
Oh, I bought one my from a Swedish web shop, Silly in Papers.
Yeah, have a look there, Tez, and see what it's going to cost and the postage. And if it looks good to you there, let me know because
I
the
can
two
give you the
places,
link later, Tess,
yeah, the
if you
two
don't
places
find it.
I was looking at were both in the Netherlands. and the killer was the shipping to me in Ireland.
Yeah, it's always the case with the shipping and everything in different countries.
Yeah. And you can see there now, I'm just coloring over that black ink. And so far, so good. It's not smearing on me. So I think if you're using your VersaFine or your Tuxedo Black, you can use it with your alcohol inks. Just allow it to dry. I do, please excuse if you can hear Ghost. Ghost is my red setter golden retriever mix. He's a bit neurotic. He barks at everything.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't now, to be honest. He only barks occasionally. Do you know, if a
Yeah.
tractor goes down the road or stuff
Or
like
the
that,
postie
or the
comes.
postman comes. But I mean, he doesn't go out into the garden and just bark
No.
relentlessly at nothing, do you know?
No. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
Your both dogs are.
Yeah. Buster's here lying down beside the craft table. He's
Yeah.
sleeping since I came up.
I have my door closed because otherwise I couldn't sit here crafting because I would have 4 cats on the table.
They are nosy little buggers. They like to
Yeah,
see
they are
what you're
so
getting up to.
curious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. And yeah, I was going to have that like this. You lay out the things on the card and then you forget how you planned it.
Mhm. I do that regularly.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be really clever and I'll take a picture,
Yeah, I
but that
usually
doesn't
do that
happen
too.
often.
Yeah, but I'm streaming on the phone, so
Yeah. Well, I'm really lucky because when I upgraded my phone, the previous phone I had, I've kept that as my recording phone. So it's
yeah,
brilliant. I don't get calls on it or anything. I don't have it set up to take calls or emails or stuff like that.
I
So
think
it's
yeah, I
handy. I know it's not going to ring or anything like that when I'm
that's a good
recording.
idea. I
Yeah.
think I will do that next time it's time for us to get new ones.
Yeah, I'm due an upgrade now as well. I'm bill pay. So when you're bill pay and you're due an upgrade, the best thing to do is take your upgrade because you're paying for it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And what will happen then is in a year's time, hubby's phone will be available to upgrade. So he'll upgrade to the latest phone and I'll get that phone and I'll give him the phone that I've got. So every
Ah,
time we upgrade, I always get the upgraded phone.
oh, good.
Hubby's very good. Yay,
Yeah.
I have my trees done. Okay. Um Again, I don't think I'm going to use the dye. I'm just going to fussy cut them out because we have time. So,
If you say we have time, we have time.
yeah, what time is it? Let me have a look. It is 12:30. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to wrap this up.
12:30. Oh my god.
Yeah, we've been on 2 hours. Well, if you consider the first live as well.
Yeah, but
Part one, should I say? Part
yeah.
one.
Uh,
Okay, I'm going to very quickly.
I just have a couple of leaves left, and then I'm done. Almost.
Yeah, I don't have a sentiment stamped on the back.
No, I will do that later because I don't really know what to stamp. I found some, but I couldn't decide. So
Yeah, I have a stamp set there, but I'll do that off screen, and when I share images of the card that I've made as well as what you've made, you'll be able to see it finished.
Yeah, that will be good.
Yeah.
Come on. Why are you acting like... Ah.
You're having fun there, Benita, you are.
Yeah, very much. And what was I supposed to do with this one?
I'm going to die cut out that third tree.
Ooh.
I'm going to see how it comes out, because I'm
Wow.
just afraid, like, I'm live and it'll be Murphy's Law. It'll die cut out wrong, badly, and it'll
Yeah.
be my own fault. But I'm going to have a go and see, because, you've got to do it.
Yeah. So I will
in.
do the belly band off screen later, so you will see that. Because it was much too much work on this card. I didn't figure that out.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look and see. I'm going to stick it down there, and I'm going to put some tape on it so it doesn't move. And we'll see how it goes. I'll bring in my little scout. I may need to trim this down a little bit.
Yeah. And
so it fits in. Will it fit in? It will. It will fit in. Will it fit in?
Be careful.
Yeah, I think that's in. We're rolling, rolling, rolling. Let's see. Let's see how it went. It's not too bad now. There's my fussy cut one. You can see it's a little close to the line there and fine there. So, but you get that nice edge when you use the die, So I'll use it again, seeing as it's here. It wasn't too bad. I'm just going to cut this excess off.
You see, we change our minds.
Yeah, just as I have the dies, I might as well use them.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy with that. But I was going to... Because I didn't get the edge good there, so I was going to hide that. But I forgot.
Okay, I'm going to trim this down so it fits in my scout a little bit better.
And it will close down like this. And then I will have a belly band like this thick, so only the small edge.
So you need to move right over to the right, because you're literally off the screen, Benita.
Thank you.
Move to your right. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, good. Thank you. I had it set up all in another place before it all went downhill, so I keep forgetting.
That's okay.
So now
Okay, let's see.
I need to throw this backing from the tape away, so when the cats come in here, they can't eat that.
I'm going to cut that little piece off here. And I'm going to tuck that.
Just because I have this, I will put that there. And I'm going to glue it. And a little bling on it. I am going to see if I have. I have these paper packs from Craft Consortium with thinner cardstock, and I actually have one left in that pack. So now it's all gone. I need to measure how wide they are. 6. So 5 3/4. And I only have to have it on the front. The back will be white, I guess.
Okay, so I'm going to put one tree down there. Okay, put that one down first. And I'm just going to throw it on with a little bit of Kalal glue.
So 10. So 9.5 wide should be enough. Or 9 3/4. Oops, sorry. Knocking the phone there. And I'm just going to wrap around. That usually will do it.
I'm just foostering around, as we like to say here in Ireland. I'm foostering around with my tree. I'm going to trim this another bit because it's too much. And I'm going to take my white gel pen, if I can find it. I moved things around. And you know what? When you move things around and then you go looking for them and you can't find anything.
Nope.
Where the heck is that stuff? Here.
So I guess I need to measure this. And it's still 10.
Right, not in there.
You need to measure twice and cut once.
Yeah, or in my case, measure 4 times and cut once.
Yeah.
Right, let's see. Oh, gel pens. Where the hell are they now? That is mad. Wait, you see. I'll go off screen and I'll be like, oh, look, there's my gel pens. I don't think this one will work. I want to. No, it
So
won't.
before I glue the belly band on, so this is my card. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you can see it.
Yeah. Move a little bit to your right. Yeah. There you go.
And it closes like that. And then I'm going to put a belly band round like so. And you see only the top and bottom will show off. That could be nice sometimes, I think.
I found my gel pen.
Oh, good.
I just wanted to, where I cut it off there, I wanted to go over it in white because it's going to be seen here. So I just wanted to have that so that when the tree is there like so, it looks finished.
Good idea.
So I think I'm going to put that around like that.
I'm really sorry if you can hear my stomach, but it's growling.
Well, you are ahead of us time-wise, aren't you, Benita? So
Yeah.
it's what? It's 10 to 2 for you now. So
Yeah.
it's past your lunchtime. It's
Yeah.
10 to 1 for me here in Ireland. And we're going to finish up so that we can
Have
get
some
some
lunch before
lunch
Sam.
and then watch Sam.
Yeah.
Sam from Made to Surprise will be on soon. I've just cut the little piece like this that sticks out, and I thought I might add that as a little bush in there at the bottom of the tree so that you won't see it. I don't think anyone is going to particularly look at that and go, oh, that's a bit with a branch on it. So I'm just going to stick that in there like so. Ha-ha! Yeah. So it needs a little bit of glossy accents. I need to add a sentiment, which I should have done before I stuck that down. I should have, but you know what? I think that's going to stamp fine. I'll use my stamping platform. And if it doesn't stamp well, I can put a mat and layer on the back of this and then do it. So I'm going to do that after the live. I'm going to stamp a sentiment on the back here. This would be a great card as well for an office, or if you have a lot of family want to sign the card, because you've got a lot of space back here to do, you know, lots of signatures.
Yeah.
So that will close over. I am not decorating the front of this. I'm not going to add a belly band because that'll go into the envelope. And when it comes out of the envelope, it'll open and people will go, oh, wow, that's so cool. So it'll close like that. I'm going to put it in sideways on now so you can see. And then when the recipient gets it, they'll open it and that's what they'll see.
Yeah.
And I am delighted with that. I'm very pleased with that. I'm going to add some of my sparkle pen on there, some glossy accents over the windows and on the glasses here and here. So I'm going to do all that and leave it dry. And oh, the postman just drove past. No mail for me today. So that's my card, all done and dusted, more or less. And I'm going to leave it set like that, I think. And when it stands up, it'll stand like that. I mean, with a little bit of encouragement, it'll open wider. But with the Kalal glue, if you dry something sitting like that, it tends to want to sit like that. But just a little bit of encouragement like that, and it'll open wider. So I love it. I think the next male birthday is my brother
Yeah.
Bernard, my big brother. So I
Mm,
think I might actually do this card for him.
that's
Yeah,
a
I could
nice
do it
idea.
with the Murray arms. Well, it has the crafter's arms there. I could have actually stamped it and not stamped crafters. And I could have put the Murray arms in there. My brother's surname is Murray. But no, I think I put my brother's name here, uh, date of birth kind of thing, and happy birthday. I might personalize this. I love the idea of having this personalized. Yeah, I think he'll like that. How are you
Yeah.
doing there, Benita?
I'm just letting this dry, and then I'm finishing the belly band off screen because I don't really know how I will decorate it or so yet.
Yeah, you kind of don't want to do too much to the belly
No,
band. Do you
no.
know?
Maybe I just put gratis happy birthday in
Yeah,
Swedish.
yeah, because you don't actually say happy birthday, do you? You say gratis over there.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, well, I think we're done. Your tummy's rumbling, my tummy's rumbling.
Yeah, but it was so much fun, Simone. Thank you
It
for
was.
having
I
me.
enjoyed it. We kind of had a little bit of hiccup there at the beginning, but I think
Yeah.
once we got going, we'll know this for the next time that we craft. And Benita and I are enjoying doing the lives, and we're thinking of making this a regular thing, aren't we, Benita?
Yeah. So next time is on my channel.
Yeah, we're going to alternate it. So
Yeah.
2 weeks time, we'll do it on Benita's channel and then back again 2 weeks later on mine. And that means we can craft with a crafty friend in between that time. So don't forget to join Benita. She will be live tomorrow evening, Thursday at 7 p.m. BST, which is 8 p.m. European time. Our lovely crafter friend Cara from Little Rabbit Designs. She's going to be going live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. BST, or that's 11 a.m. if you're in Europe. So do pop onto Cara's channel as well. If you've enjoyed our live video with myself and Benita, do click on the thumbs up button there. It's just below my Blonde Cards and Crafts name there on the left-hand side. So give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscriber to my channel. I'd love to see you back again. I post on a Sunday, every Sunday around 1 p.m. again, BST. Yeah, so I think we'll leave it there. We will add some pictures on our socials, and I will add some pictures in the community page here on YouTube. So thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Benita.
Thank you, Simone. Bye, everyone.
Have a great rest of the week, folks, and a great weekend. And I'll see you again soon. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and bye for now. Bye bye.